Quilters. Today is Saturday, August 13th, 2022, and it is Saturday's live sewing chat. It is 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're here for 2 hours. So if you're watching this at any other time, just know that you're watching an upload of a live chat. I left some stuff out of here that I'm just going to go get. It's right outside my door, so I'll be right back. But I'm in here a minute early. I came in here to see if I could do a mic check to make sure that my system is working since I had so many problems on Wednesday. And I'm saying mic check because I'm not even wearing a mic. I'm having issues, I think, with my iPad mic, and I did some research on that, and apparently something happened with an upgrade to the iPad that's causing this issue that I'm having. So I'll be right back. Oops, knocked my foot pedal down. From where? I don't even know where this foot pedal was. It shouldn't have been out. I think it came out of my drawer. So let me pull you all up on my phone here. Make sure you all can hear me and it's not staticky. Let's see, search. And see who's here with me as well. So waiting on the ads to play. Alright, live chat. So in here tonight already we have Delia Short says hi T and everyone, happy Saturday. Betsy is here saying hello Miss T and all Teaquilters. Beth Dixon saying hello T and all quilters. Colleen Sews in chat says hello Miss T and everyone. Vivian Cabby, hi T and everyone. Carrie Richards, hi T and all. Francis Jackson, hi T and everyone. Brenda Foley, good evening T and friends. Melina Montoya says hello. Hi T and quilters from Darcy. Hello T and T quilters from Beverly Akins. Cedric Creation says good evening T and T quilters. Sharon Lewis, hi T and quilters from Washington DC. Judy Plaster saying hello everyone from Oroville, California, which is part of Northern California. Kathleen Champ, hi T. Harriet Susan Franklin saying hello everyone. Sheila Willis, good evening T and all sewing. Okay, thanks Darcy, just checking the sound. Thanks Brenda. June Hansen here saying hi T and everyone. Thank you Carrie. When Sprinter is here saying hello. Darcy is reminding people to hit the thumbs up button, so that's great. Thank you. Alicia Mo says, hi T and everyone. Trying to get close to the bottom here. Rose Hinton is here saying hello everyone. And Margaret Dearden says, hello quilters and Miss T. I received my boho pattern and my birthday gift. So that's awesome. That's pretty cool. She won the birthday draw for the month of August. And let's see. Hi T, I've been looking forward to the live today. Well, thank you. I'm about ready to go to bed. I'm so tired. I know you all probably can see it in my face. I can barely keep my eyes open. Cynthia Shades here saying hello T quilters from Chicago. Joe Carmel saying hi T quilters, so happy to catch another live. And I got my boho book yesterday. That was Darcy. Yeah, that's the second book that I mailed. I still haven't gotten the other book back yet. So hopefully it comes back because I don't have any more books right now. I'm going to make sure I'm at the bottom of this chat because sometimes it stops. Okay, still had a few more. Teresa McCormick saying, good evening, Miss T and all you lovelies. And so yeah, so I've had a long day today. As I told you all before, I was like putting up all of my personal stash of African fabrics, as well as the stash of fabrics and things that I sell, because I have all of that stuff out. I'm still working on putting up stuff for making t-shirts, and my long arm is currently covered with my current projects, trying to get everything sorted and put into some kind of storage system so that I know where everything is if I'm trying to do some of that. So when you're cleaning up, you kind of make a mess before you really see any progress of cleaning. And I did that intentionally because I didn't want to just throw everything into containers just to move it temporarily. And then when I go back to get it, it's like you can't unpack everything as quickly as you can throw stuff into containers. And so I was trying to make sure I could keep track of where stuff was. But I had a great meeting today. I had it was 5 of us today. One person is out of town on vacation, and so she couldn't make it today. But we have 5 of us were at the meeting today. It's only 6 of us. This is my small group, and we meet once a month in each other's homes, and we rotate houses. And then you also provide like lunch. So I didn't feel like cooking a thing. So today I went to Thursday. I went and got my food Thursday. I went and got chicken salad, broccoli salad. I brought fixings for garden salad and fixings for fruit salad. So I did, the theme for me was salads. And it was actually pretty good. And then I also had chips and salsa and crackers and whatever else we needed. But so it was fun. It was different for me because I'm normally used to cooking when people are coming to my house. But I was like, I'm too tired to cook. I don't want to cook another thing. I tell you, between my personal stash and my business stash of African prints, I probably unboxed about 30 to 40 boxes of just fabrics, okay? So yeah, it was a lot. And then boxing stuff down, I did it in a matter of 2 weeks of putting the fabric up. And I feel my recycle bin twice full. And I even had stuff that I just set on my lawn for them to pick up, that was recyclables when you're talking about cardboards and stuff like that. So it was a mess. So yeah, I did use my deck. I did what I call like a picnic lunch. We didn't sew out there because they had forecast it was going to be 85 and fair weather this week on Saturday. Well, it got up into the 90s even before 11 o'clock. It was already getting hot. So we ate out there, but we didn't stay out. But it was cool enough. I have 2 of those giant umbrellas, and we had them angled away so that we had shade on the tables and stuff like that. So yeah, it was fun. It was different. And I was just glad that it was my turn's over. That's what I'm really glad about. My turn is over until next year. So let's see who else came in. A lot of you all are talking to each other, so I don't have to read that. Yep, Brenda. Cynthia Field says, hi T and fellow quilters. Let's see. Vicki McFarland says, hi Teaquilts from Dallas, Texas. Hello and welcome. Jeanette saying, hey T and quilters. And Deborah Quilts is here, says, hello, T and fellow quilters. Had a good day. Deborah Quilts was also at my house. And thinking of that, you know, Wednesday, I keep forgetting to talk about the people that are on the thumbnails. And Deborah Quilts was on the thumbnail for Wednesday. And the lady that's on my quilt photo today is Cynthia. Both of those ladies are in my quilt guild. And I talked about Sarah already. She was on a previous thumbnail, but Cynthia is Sarah's daughter, and the four of us are in my small group. So you should have seen plenty of videos where we're doing show and tell, where you've got Cynthia and Deborah included in those videos. And so I'm just trying to get you all into how these people meet up. So I met Cynthia through Deborah. I mean, not through Deborah. I met Cynthia through Sarah, because I met Sarah at my job. So I met Sarah in 1985, and we started sewing together. And then her daughter also had younger children, and she would join us to make costumes for Halloween. I also made my daughter's Halloween costume. So we all started sewing together, and that's how the So Busy Quilt Guild came along, although at that time we didn't have a name, okay? We were just sewing. And then one of the young lady's daughters, once we've been going for a few years, she go, what's the name of your sewing group? And the lady come asking us, and we're like, we don't really have a name. So that day we sat down. We were actually at a retreat, and we sat down and decided that we were going to name our group, so nobody else will ask us what's our name, and we don't have a name of our group. So that's what we named ourselves. We do fully function as a large guild. The only difference is that we don't do a quilt show. And other than that, we do charity work. We do retreats. We have meetings every month. We had a real meeting. When my daughter came, she dropped in impromptu, didn't know I had the ladies over, and talked about, what are you all doing? We were so in depth into a meeting. We were actually having a real meeting today, and it wasn't just sewing. So we didn't get a whole lot of progress done on our projects, but we did have a great meeting today. So that's how I met Cynthia, through Sarah. Now, Deborah Quilts, I also worked at the same place as Sarah and I. So that's how I know Deborah Quilts. Deborah Quilts, I knew of her because she was the secretary for the clinic department. And all new employees have to go through the clinic to get various things that are required to be employed at the place. And so I know Deborah, but she was not part of my in crowd at the time, shall I say. And then the reason for that was because Deborah did a lot of cross stitch, and she did a lot of crochet. She did very intricate work on both of those, and I didn't do intricate work on either of those. I kind of hate counted cross stitch, although I will do it sometimes. I feel like the progress is so long for you to seek reward, so I'm not one of those to jump on them. I do those little bitty ones, you know, the little bitty ones that you could put in a frame. So and she was never into crafts that I was into. So those are the things that I knew that she did. She probably did other stuff that I didn't see, but I never really chatted with her because she wasn't sewing with a sewing machine, doing any of those type of crafts, until I happened to go into the clinic for my annual checkup, and she's in there, got pieces of quilt laid out. Now I'm interested in talking to Deborah Quilts on a more in-depth level. And it's not that I never talked to her. I've always been pleasant, saying hello, just, you know, talking about what's going on, you know, in your day, blah, blah, blah. That's how I knew she did the other stuff. And so I ended up joining a group that Deborah and her group of friends had. And I met with them for once a month. It probably lasted for about a year. And then that group disbanded. And then I asked Deborah if she wanted to join my other group that I had, that we were really serious about crafting. And so that's how Deborah and I became friends. I knew Deborah way longer than when we became friends. It was just a matter of topic area, you know. So those are my thumbnail people. Leila Dierker's here saying, good evening, T&T Quilters. And Vanessa Brown, hello tea and quilters. Heather Grant is here as well. I think I said her name. I'm not sure. She's saying, hey, just in case. I did. Maybe I didn't. My screen's kind of jumping. Kevin the Quilter is here. It says, evening, my friend Miss T and all Tea Quilters. Just got in from putting birds up. The ducks refused to be in a row tonight. Thus the reason I am late. Hey, sometimes that happens. The ducks don't all get in a row, right? That is funny. Deborah talking about we have enough quilts to do a quilt show. Yes, we do. I have enough quilts. I can do a one-woman show. But do I want to do all that work? Absolutely not. Remo JS is here saying hello, Miss T and Quilters. Also reminding people to give a thumbs up. So thank you, ma'am. What else? Hold on. I think I'm done. We got, oh, Diane 57 just popped in saying, hi, everyone. Hey, Diane, how are you? So, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, I want to talk about clarity on the block of the month. The optional block of the month, not the boho hearts thing. That starts January. So we're not going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about the optional block, that you make a block and then you mail it to me only if you want to, hence the word optional. Okay, and the reason you're mailing it to me is that so that I can receive them, put your name in a drawing. And if I have, like, say up to 25 people, one person will win all the blocks. Say if I start getting 35, 40, 50 people, then maybe 2 people will win the blocks. So I will do a drawing. For every block that you send in, I will put your name into a drawing, and 1 or 2 people will win the blocks for that month. When are the blocks due? The blocks are due by the 3rd Thursday of the month. So October will be the first month that this starts. So it's August now. In September, I'm going to do, tell you what it is that you need to do. I'm actually going to do a video and showing you what you need to do. I don't have any blocks to display here today. I showed you 3 of the 12 blocks because I don't want to show you all 12 blocks ahead of time. But you, as it states, it's optional. If you don't want to do a block, if it's too hard for you to do 1 month, then that block can be, you can skip it and nothing's going to be, no harm done if you don't participate 1 month, or if your life get hectic and you can't participate. You do have to pay for a $5 sign-up fee. What is the sign-up fee? If I only have like 10 people, that's only $100. Think about this. I got to mail out 12 packages for 12 months. And so that's going to go to pay for your postage. However, if we have, say, 50 people participate and I've got to send out 12 packages, I've collected $250. If that's the case, whatever money I have left over, I'm just going to do random draw from everybody that participated. You don't have to have made the block. The fact that you paid your $5, you now are in a drawing to win a prize. I'm not getting paid for any of this. Why am I doing this? Because I'm already doing it for my quilt guild. So this is what my quilt guild does. We make little, we make up block instructions. We give it to them, and then they have to have them to us by the 3rd Thursday of the month meeting. That is the deadline for you to get your October block in. So in September sometime, I'm going to tell you what block you need to have to me by the 3rd Thursday of the month. On the top of the sheet, it will have the month that block is due. Okay, it's just going to say October 2022. So that way you know when this block was given out. That's when that block is due, that month. It's not due the next month, it's due the current month by the 3rd Thursday. When Wednesday rolls around, I'm going to show the blocks that came in, and I'm going to pick the winner or winners for the blocks. And those blocks will be mailed out on the next time I do mail out of any orders, or next time I go to the post office, they'll be mailed. So that's what's going on with the optional blocks. I do have a Facebook group set up for that as well. So if you're wanting to participate in that, all you have to do is Cash App me at Teaquilts, $5 to participate. You can go on Facebook and search for the Teaquilts optional block swap. That group has already been set up. I think I have about 6 people, something like that, but not all of them yet are in the group. I haven't posted anything in the group because I don't want to post anything and then have to talk about something I posted 2 weeks ago. So I won't start posting in that group probably until September 1st, maybe, just to get everybody welcomed into the group. So nothing has been posted in there as of this time. So if you got any questions now about the optional block, please let me know. While I'm waiting for those responses to come in, if any, I am also going to make a separate video for the optional block. I'll just record it on my phone at some point and then just post it up on YouTube so it's in its own separate video. So you don't have to go through comments to find it. And I'll show those same 3 blocks that I've already shown to you guys. I have to go look in the video to see which 3 I showed you, but I'll make sure I show you those 3 blocks that I've already showed in the video as well. So I'm going to go back. I don't see any comments about questions for the optional block. So let me go back and see who else has come into the room. Patty Johnson saying hello, tea and quilters. Oh, Patsy Johnson, I'm sure, sorry. Saying hello. Earlene Butler is here saying hi, tea and fellow quilters. So We Like Crumbs says hi, Miss T and all quilting family. Hope you all are having a great day. Liz Wilson saying hello, everyone. And Joe Carmel says she's excited to use up some scraps and make room for more fabric, laughing out loud. Yes, and this is truly a scrap year. The only time we have 2 blocks, no, 1 block that requires you to have 2 fat quarters to start. And you're not going to use the whole fat quarter in the block. But I just wanted to make sure everybody had enough fabric. That's the only one where you're going to be doing a 2 fabric block. The rest of them are all scrappies, and you're gonna, every piece of fabric in your block should be cut from a different fabric, so you cannot run out of yardage. So every fabric is different. Tinoni Roberts says greeting all on the beach in Charleston, South Carolina. Drop granddaughter at school Thursday. We'll catch replay. So that's awesome. Damali J is here saying hi, tea and quilters. Hi, Damali, and thank you so much for your donation to the optional block. Appreciate that. That was really nice of you. French Singh says good evening, everyone. Patty G is saying good evening. Hey, Patty. Making sure I get everybody. Don't forget to give T a thumbs up from Beverly Aikens. Thank you, ma'am. I don't have a Cash App alternative payment. If you don't have like Venmo or Zelle or anything like that, because those are the ones that will send me money without taking any funds out, you can go ahead and just send it through Cash App. $5 is, maybe they'll take out 50 cents. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Because what I'm going to do is just keep track of all the money that comes in, because that's going to be all the money that I'm spending. So I will be keeping track of how much money I get into the you know, for people that are participating in the optional block. So yes. So great question, Brenda. So we are to make a certain block, or we choose the blocks. They are certain blocks. You will be getting the instructions. You'll get a link to a PDF, and then you'll also get a video, and that's going to be handled all through the Facebook group. They will eventually be released to the general YouTube audience, but so they will be released, but you won't get it early. You won't get it in time to get your block probably mailed, done and mailed. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. Haven't planned that far. Thank you, Darcy. A lot of people saying they love scrappy blocks, so that's awesome. Okay, Remo JS. Okay, Brenda. Bonita Nan says, hey, Miss T, I made it. Just got in from a wedding, so welcome. I was waiting for you to come in. Leetta Bryan is here saying hi, T&T Quilters. Judy says, what's going to be the finished size of the block, or do they vary? They do vary. And Diane 57 is saying, oh, okay. All right, so I just wanted to get that done. This is what we're working on, our really pretty quilt. We're not going to call it god awful ugly anymore. All right. This is a charity quilt for my Gil. Somebody pre-cut 6.5-inch squares, and I'm just sewing them into 4 patches so that I can sew it into like a checkerboard quilt design. So I will be working on that. So I also did get a chance. I've been doing some pressing today. That's what my job was while my friends were here. And I did get to press this, although I'm not going to be using it tonight. I need to cut a bottom. That's going to be a tote bag. I need to pick another fabric so that I will have, so that I can make handles, and I want to put a bottom base on it as well. But I did get a couple things. I went and checked the P.O. box. I didn't get anybody sending anything for Eric, so I'm going to go ahead next week and send my gift to Eric just so that he has it before his birthday. And except for Benita. I got you, Benita. And so that's all that I have. So I don't know if people forgot. Things happen, people forget. So this here came, and it was in my P.O. box. A surprise. And let's see. This is from Vivian Calvi, maybe, I think. Let me make sure. I get so confused. She says birthday wishes, so it's a late birthday gift. Wishing you the best of everything you do, Vivian Calvi. So that's really sweet. And she put $10 in here. Girl, you gave me a gift and you sent in 10. I'm gonna put you in the optional block draw. So thank you so much, Miss Vivian. And I just slit these open so that I could not have to fumble with getting them open. I can't even get that card back in the envelope. Oh my goodness, it's a panel. It's an African goddess. I want to look at it first. Ooh, it's the like the dancing ladies. Really pretty. Look at that. Now she's gonna make me have to do something with it. I got another panel that I pulled out that I want to do something with when I was going through my stuff. So I'm gonna put this with my other panel. So it may not get done right away, but it'll be on top of the stack of stuff that I want to do. I've been doing that as well. This is by Spring Industries, called Celebration. And that is all that is on here. It was in 2005. So I doubt if you're going to find this unless it's in somebody's like clearance section. But I seriously doubt you're going to find a whole lot of this. But it's called Celebration by Springs. That's all that is there. So thank you, Miss Vivian. That was really sweet of you. Yep, it is pretty, Bab. She says, love the panel. Remo is reminding people to hit that thumbs up, so thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm going to put this here back in that bag. And then this other one here came from Benita. Said also was a belated birthday gift. She says just take one stitch at a time. Got the scissors up there. This is a bee in my bonnet card. Hello, Miss T. Your final piece arrived. Now I've mailed your birthday gift. I've decided to take a different approach when selecting gifts for a quilter, especially a quilter who has pretty much everything. So I hope you enjoy these gifts, that you focus on celebrating you and your craft. I hope you love them. Something for a little relaxation, but quilting inspired. Until next time, Bonita Nance. 2019 subscriber of the year. That girl had us cracking up when we went on one of the shop hop days. She came out there with that shirt on. I said, I'm not finna mess with you today, Miss Bonita. She was seriously sporting that shirt. So this is the box. I just like slid it so I could easily get it open, but I did not open it. Maybe I didn't slit easy enough. Ugh. All right. Bonita pack like I pack. All right. I am going to put this on the floor here. And this is the last container that I have. Oh my goodness. This is the first thing I'm pulling up out of here. This right here. It's amazing when you say something and then people listen to what you say. This is apple cider that you just put to hot water. I love apple cider, and I normally only have it like around Thanksgiving and Christmas. But I was at retreat one year and found out that they had them in the K cups. And so I was like, oh, this is pretty good. And I'm thinking, when I saw this, Deborah Quilts had some, and I'm like, that's probably not going to be good. It's going to be grainy. It's going to, not be, a good thing to buy. Lo and behold, this dissolves 100% in water. It's just it's spiced apple cider by Alpine, and it's really good. And she gave me a whole box. So thank you. I drank 2 cups of this today. I like it now. All year I can have apple cider all year without me having to, let it simmer with all the spices. And then at holidays, I will for my family. I'll continue to make it from scratch with the real stuff. But this is a very, very good substitute. I'm telling you, if you like apple cider, this is good. And now, oh my goodness, not 1 box. 2. Yes. That's cool. And hold on, we got some other stuff in here. She got Soap Escape. Now this is cute. Look, it's a quilt block on that. That's really cool. And Brenda says she gets it, but she gets the sugar-free. Yeah, it does have, this one, if you don't get sugar-free, it does have sugar in it. Yeah. That's pretty cool. But this is neat. I hadn't seen this, don't know anything about this company. And then I'm going to come back to this one that's wrapped. Oh my goodness. I got a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, Quilts for Sale by Tom Wood. These are really awesome. I haven't done a puzzle in a long time. I usually like doing them. Just haven't done one in a long time. So that's an awesome gift too. So thank you, Miss Bonita. That's really nice. And I think what I'm going to do, I might hold this and we might share this at a next retreat. The Teaquilts retreat. Maybe just put it out, and then people, when you get bored or something, you can come put a few pieces in on the puzzle too. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to do it myself beforehand and then take it apart. But this would be really cool for a group project for stuff like that when you're at a place for days, or you don't want to shop hop, but you don't want to quilt. So we'll set up a puzzle. We have a little room that we can use to as a little breakout room. So this will be cool for something like that. So thank you, ma'am. That was really thoughtful. And it's a gift that you can keep on giving. You can also, when you put it together, you can take it back apart and give it to a friend, and they can do it, and they can pass it to a friend. So that's pretty cool. And then this one here, oh, that's cute. Look at that. She made a bag, and it's got prairie points, and it's got something in there. But look at this. I wanted you all to see this. Got prairie points and wood buttons, so that's cute. Very nice. And then this one here has some matching coordinated fabric here. Oh my goodness, they're coasters. Look at this. And they, oh, I know exactly what this is. These are probably, are they leftover pieces from a stack and whack, Bonita? Let me know if this what this is. I don't know, but she could have just cut them, but they could be little pieces left over from stack and whack. I'm not sure. But these are so cute. Love the matching colors. This is African fabric here, so I don't know. Maybe she just pieced little triangles. This is really cute. And two more. So a set of 6 that matches this. And then you can put them in here to hold them. Ain't that cute? It's like a coaster and a coaster holder. That's too cute. My live chat disappeared. Let me go back. She says no, she cut these to make them into these, so that's pretty cool. I thought they were her leftover stacking wax or something. But that's pretty cool. Us quilters will take something that they sell and we'll make it out of fabric. Isn't that wonderful? I was just telling people that I at my house today that I like that Aldi's bag that I had and I can't find anymore, and they're kind of seasonal. And I'm going to cover up the Aldi's eventually anyway, but I thought, you know what, I probably can make that Aldi's bag and can do a pretty good job at it. But this is just too cute how quilters get very creative and make something that's normally in hard, like wood or something, and we make it into something that we can use out of fabric. Very nice. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. That is gorgeous. Just trying to make sure I put everything back in this box because I'm going to just slide it on over so it's not right at my feet. But thank you both of you for thinking of me. That was really sweet. So thank you. And handmade items too. Very nice. Coasters and caddy. Yeah. Hi, Mona did what? So yes. Will the blocks be beginner friendly? This is the thing with optional blocks. A lot of the blocks are very beginner friendly. When people say beginner friendly, what I find with quilting, the main issue with beginner friendly over being successful in quilting is that you need to know what your 1/4 inch seam is. You need to know how to cut, and you need to know how to sew a 1/4 inch seam. If you got both of those down pat, most of these blocks you can do. If there's a block that's more complicated for you, you feel like you can't do it, then that's one of those months that maybe you just say, okay, I'm going to take a buy. I'm not going to send in a block because I can't do that. There is one block that you can use the Tri-Rex tools. If you know how to use Tri-Rex tools, you can use that. But I gave you the option also of paper piecing it. If you don't know how to paper piece, I also gave you the option of giving you a template. If you can't do any of those 3, I don't know what to tell you. That might be your buy month. But most of the blocks are easy to do. I tried to make them simple, but then when they were put together, that some kind of design developed. So yes, they are easy. Tri-Rex, R-E-C, it's the Peaky and Spike block. If you can Google Peaky and Spike, that'll show you our Tri-Rex, R-E-C, the Tri-Rex tool. Hey, Vivian, you are here. Now, sometimes I don't know with Miss Vivian because she go to bed sometimes early, so I did show in Wednesday's video, I showed you 3 of the blocks that we're going to do. So you can go watch Wednesday's video. I think it was Wednesday's video. And you can see some of the blocks that I put in there. So I didn't want to reveal all 12 blocks. Then it wouldn't be any fun, right? The people who are not participating would already have all the information. So I just showed you 3 of the 12 blocks. So, hi, Kathy D's Creative Chaos. Yes, you can make just about anything you can think of with fabric. Yes. So what we're working on is I'm trying to get this charity quilt top out of my house. I had to make at least 24 patches. I think I had enough for 25. I'm not really sure. I didn't count them. I'm just sewing here. And I've got some extra pieces over here in case I need to chain piece. I've got these pieces. I'm just going to put them to the sides. Just in case I need to do something without cutting my thread. I'm hoping that we can just do some sewing here. So, I'm going to have 4 blocks in a row. So if I have 24, I have 24 4 patches, 4 times 6. So 6 rows of 24. And if it's going like that, this would be like that. So I'm going to sew with the white at the top. I'm trying to figure out, I'm going to put 6 in a row instead of 4. I want to sew 4 long columns, not 6 short ones. So I'm trying to figure out how they're going to go. Again, these are not my fabric of choice. These were given out in kits at the Guild. I just pulled a bag out of there, and this is the one that I was fortunate enough to receive. So it's not something that I would have done on my own, especially when we first started to do our charity. Like when they were first setting up projects for charity, they had not decided which organization we were going to donate to, and now I found out that we're actually donating the quilts to Camp David. Well, I don't think this is like a kid friendly pattern with flowers. I know some kids like flowers, but I don't know, maybe I'll normally you just turn this in, turn the quilt top in, and then they tie them or somebody else finish them. But I'm thinking that maybe I will finish this quilt. I'll see if I can find a pretty fabric to go on the back on sale somewhere, like go to Jackman's and see if I can look on their clearance tables and see if I can find something to put on the back of this that will still go with the front, but maybe if they didn't like this front, it was a nice pretty fabric on the back, even if it's a solid pink. I don't know how I'm supposed to make this look like a kid quilt all of a sudden. So that's my dilemma. Hey, Crystal Lewis. So I'm just doing this to get it done at this point. I've had it for about 2 months, I think, and I don't want it to get buried in here. So I'm like, get this done. I wasn't motivated to work on it because I didn't like the pattern. I also made sure they knew sewing was not just for girls. Yeah. I don't think I got one brother, he'll sew his stuff. He hand sews his buttons and stuff. I think only once did he ask me to sew something for him. So yeah, so basically that's what we're doing. 1, 2, 3. I need to make sure I count. Once I get my 4 rows done, then I can just add on till the blocks disappear. I either got 24 or 25 blocks because I used whatever they gave me. And they didn't press the fabric, so my blocks were not perfect. I think they were die cut, but they still weren't perfect because they didn't press the fabric, so they had folds and creases in them. But I kind of made do. We're gonna see what happened. If you're an older adult, this quilt may not be so bad, but I don't think it's a child quilt. So I'm working on Crystal. I'm working on a charity quilt for my large quilt guild. And then after this, I'm not doing any more charity quilts. Let me make sure I sold that. I'm not doing any charity quilts this year because I did all those bags, so I need a break. I'm going to do the sew-alongs instead. I'm not doing any more charity quilts this year. Unless somebody I know, like, really good, I might quilt somebody's quilt, but other than that, that's, like, for charity, not like just quilt. I'm not going to quilt for the guild either. If I got somebody that's just struggling or something like that, but I'm done for charity work this year. That took me a long time to get those purses done, so I need a break. But I'm going to do this quilt, and then I'm done. And I just have to do the top, and then I can take it back, but I am going to finish it. Anytime I pick up a kit, since I have a long arm, I just go ahead and finish it all. Joe Cormel talking about how old are these kids. I have no idea how what the age of the kids are at this particular camp. I have no idea what age they go up to. So I know nothing about these kids. Maybe applique a giant dinosaur or something juvenile. I'm not doing that. I'm already making a quilt. I'm not gonna do that. But if I got like, if I can find a piece of fabric and then like maybe use, like if I use a pink back, maybe use green thread for the quilting, and then I can do like a kid, something kiddish in the quilting. I wouldn't mind doing that, but I'm not going to be doing anything after I do these, sew this quilt top together. And this is the size that they wanted. It doesn't even need a border, which I like. Okay, so I need to see if I've got 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8. Glad I counted. I just want to, I'm going to sew these. I can press later. Y'all know how I do. I don't do too much pressing on here because I have a little bit of space here. But I can start putting these together into 4s just to get some of this weight off my machine here. 1, even though I got more pieces, but that's okay. Just trying to get some of this stuff put up. Hi sis and everyone, stay safe still. No family business today. Laughing out loud. Oh, he's talking about me talking about us growing up. Yeah. I said we get so off topic in here, it's ridiculous. All right, so we're just gonna sew these together. I need a total of 6 of these in a row. So, and I got another piece that's not cut quite right, but that's okay. Experienced quilter will figure it out. And I am matching the seams, hopefully, you know, hoping that they match up into my little checkerboard grid here when I'm done. Since I'm new at watching this live, I'll be working on my Cozy Quilt Starburst pattern. Need you cut all 4 patches by special ruler, then sew like a Dresden wreath. So excited to finish. So that's pretty cool. I don't know anything about that pattern. France Riviera says, T, I was working on dinner when you mentioned the Facebook group for the optional block. I've looked but can't find it. Can you say it again? It's called Teaquilts Optional Block Swap. That's what it's called. Whoops. I'm gonna go out and check. All right. Sorry guys. I'm just glad you all still here. Good Lord. I had to take my table off so I could get across to the front. Okay. I was gonna, let me put my stuff back up because just the cord on my camera fell. Sorry, sir. I don't scare my husband, y'all. He thinking I'm hurt. Oh my God. During this intermission, please give T a thumbs up. Thanks. My cards are all tangled up. And I guess they must have gotten tangled up when I was having all those mic issues. And I didn't pay attention to that. So I'm sorry. But let me go and Facebook. I'm going to just search for Teaquilts. Teaquilts. Optional block swap. Anytime you're looking for one of my groups, it's always going to have Teaquilts on it. So it's Teaquilts Optional Block Drawing. Teaquilts Optional Block Drawing is the name of the group. That's the group you want to join once you pay your $5. That's what it's called. I'm going to go get a link so that it'll be in this video. Explore this group. Nope. I just want to share it if I can. Let's see. Let's go to members. Maybe I can go there. They keep moving stuff on Facebook and it's getting on my nerves. It's like it's wanting me to invite people, my friends, and that's not what I'm trying to do. I just want to get a share link, okay? I don't know why they're making this so complicated. Invite. I need share group, copy link to group. Okay, now we're going back. It takes me a minute, especially when I'm not planning on doing something. All right, so I've just posted the link to the Facebook group there. And again, you will be admitted once you pay your $5, or if you're somebody that doesn't do electronic payments due to various reasons, you can contact me via email and tell me that you're going to mail it. My post office box is always listed in any of my videos, so that's the mailing address of where you would be mailing it to. I prefer CashApp so we can just get you on in. Venmo, Zelle are my top 3, but if you have to, go ahead and use PayPal. My PayPal is just email address, which is teaquilts@teaquilts.com. I think you can use the same thing with Zelle and also with Venmo. I'm on Venmo. So, and sorry guys, I scared you all. Y'all laughing at me too. That hurt my head when I fell down with you. You all are too funny. And it's just because I got all my cords all tangled up, so I'm sorry about that. Uh-oh, and then I deleted accidentally Francis. I'm trying to replace her message, but it won't do it. I didn't mean. So Francis was saying, T, can you say it again? Thanks. I wasn't trying to delete your message, but when everything started happening, apparently that's what happened. And Patsy says, if I were a little girl, I would love that quilt. So yeah, it's got a lot of pink in it, and like I said, I'm gonna do pink binding and pink backing, so maybe it will work. I have no idea. I'm hoping it looks, that's I'm working on them. Like when I was working with just blocks on this quilt, yeah, I don't like it. It looks a whole lot better as I'm pressing the 4 patches but it still is you know, very flowery type quilt. So thank you, Patsy. So Francis, if you got any more questions, just let me know. I thought I talked about it. Joe Carmel says you're a little blurry on my screen. I'm trying to see if I've got like, I don't think I have one of my little tiles in here. I got a piece of interfacing here. I'm stuck onto something else. See if I can cut a piece off and use it to wipe my camera. Okay. So hopefully that's working. I'm not actually looking at it on screen tonight. I just wanted to make sure that my camera didn't get blurred when I did that. Okay, so that's where we are. Mona did what? Looks good in Ohio. Okay, thank you. All right, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't blur my camera, because I clean it every time before I go live. And I did a test YouTube video earlier, about 20 minutes before I went live, to make sure that my mics were working. So I did a separate one that's a private video. I didn't release it to the public. I just was sitting here talking to myself, reading orders, anything, just talking. So, all right. So that's what we're going to be doing. And the blocks, like I said, if you want to see 3 of them, they are available in Wednesday's video. But I do plan, you know, I've been trying to make myself take Sundays off. And I am not going to record anything on Sunday and do it. I'm like, you know, Teajuana, you work 7 days a week. You need to stop doing that. And so I am going to not do a video tomorrow. But I will record a video on Monday. I'll just use my phone real quick, and then I'll just upload it straight to YouTube, or I'll do it private, sitting here live, and then I'll release it once I get through with it, so I don't have to worry about comments in the video. Because I think the live videos, a lot of information gets lost in the live videos, because people are answering questions, people coming in on different topics, and so I'm just going to do a topic video. Okay, so people were helping Joe Carmel, and she says thank you. So yeah, so I had Francis. I'm gonna have to make sure I didn't put the Francis Riviera. Oh, okay, so she found it. I'm making sure that when I got rid of her message, that I didn't put her accidentally in timeout, because when everything started falling, my hands went everywhere. So that's 2 of them that I have together. I need to put 4 of these together. Trying to make 4 rows here. And it really right now doesn't matter which way I start, because they're just alternated checkerboards, so it doesn't really matter. It's all just a 2 fabric quilt, and this is like the most boring thing I ever done, because I don't do 2 fabric quilts. I gotta get my scissors off of here making all that noise, vibrating this metal. Liz says, I'm assuming you need to receive money before it accepts you on Facebook, correct? I sent my $5 earlier this afternoon. And if you did that earlier today, I have not been online because I've been with my group. If you came in here late, I hosted my small group today at my house. So I've been cleaning for a couple weeks, putting up fabrics that I had not put up. So, and then I had to cook or provide lunch. I didn't cook a thing. I decided I wasn't cooking, but I did have to prep some salads. I did salad fixings, and I have been with my group all day. They left here at 5 o'clock. I went and sat down to take a little break, and I fell asleep. Okay, I was that tired. I woke up about 7:15, and so I set my alarm for 7:30 to get up so that I wouldn't fall back to sleep. So I just rested while I was awake for the last 15 minutes, knowing that I had to come in here and go live. But I am really, really sleepy. That's what I think. I'll wake up now. I tend to come in here because I'm talking the whole time, then I wake myself back up. But when I first came in here, I was like wanting to go to bed so bad. I didn't want to be live, that's for sure. But I kind of figured that that's what happens when you fall asleep. I was looking at YouTube videos, so I don't know how long I slept. And I don't think I got enough sleep. Okay, so I got those 4 sewn. 1, 2, 3. I got to sew 4 more pairs and then add them onto those 4s, I think. So let's try that. I just sewed 2 pairs together. I think I'm supposed to have a 6x4 quilt top. That's what I'm going for. And that's my 4 patches. No, 3x4. No. I got 4 times 6. So yeah, 4 and 6. So yeah, that's 24. It should only be 4 rows. 4 columns. 6 rows. Math is difficult today. Oh my goodness. I think, I didn't measure these, but I think they're 6 inches. They cut them 6.5 inches. They finish at 6 inches. I didn't cut them. This was already a kit, pre-cut, given to me, and the cuts were not perfect because the fabric wasn't pressed before it was cut. So I'm just making do over here. I'm making do. And I did put, I did the little spin seams so that the seams would all be going in the same direction because I spun them. So I'm hoping that I don't have to ever worry about any seam allowances going the wrong way. So that's why, and now I'm just sewing them in the row, so I should be okay. I'm hoping. Thanks, Crystal. Kevin says, you and me both, Miss T, to not making 2 fabric quilts. Right. This is like so boring. The fabrics, the flowers are actually very pretty. They're just older fabrics. But the flowers are actually really, really pretty flower print. They would have made nice stack and whack quilt. Especially the dark print would have been nice as a stack and whack. I think I'm gonna, I got one more here. How many did I just sew? Because I don't, I guess I still could sew them together, huh? 1, I need 4, 2, 3, Nope, that is. Oh, the other one, that fourth one is on there. That's what it is. That's 4. All right. So we're just going to add on to these. Four rows of, no, 4 rows of 4 patches. 6 4 patches in each row. Don't forget. So I got 2 extra blocks. Put you on my lap, and then once I put this one on, I'm going to take that one off so it doesn't get buried under here. Well, I don't know. I haven't checked my mail yet. I haven't been online, Liz, so I haven't seen it. Thanks, Francis. And Diane says this fabric looked like something she made a skirt and blouse out of. How big will it be when done? 48 by 72 is the size that Camp David wants these to be. That's who we're doing these for. And it's because of the size of mattress they put on their bed. When the kids come to camp, they put the quilts on the bed, and then kids are assigned to particular rooms. And then when they go to their room, whatever bed they go to, that's their quilt. That's how they do that. And when they leave camp, I don't know how many days they do camp. I don't know ages. I don't know if there are special needs. I know nothing about Camp David. It's just something that my guild decided to do, and I'm just doing my part. We do have a date in on that every January at Guild. They tie quilts. They do like a little charity thing, and I never participate. I make a quilt by myself for the year, and then I don't do any more. I don't like tying quilts, and so I don't want to do it. They have charity. We used to have charity meetings. We haven't found anywhere to have our charity meetings where they used to have charity sew-ins. But I figured since I make my own quilt completely from start to finish, normally I do my own fabric and everything. And I will provide batting and backing and binding. And that's all I'm doing. I figured if everybody did a quilt, that's the equivalent of them donating, say, 20, 30 quilts. If everybody donated a quilt, then you'd have even more quilts. So that's how I look at that. Thanks, Brenda. Rich is here saying, hi, T and Quilty friends. Just tuning in from New Jersey. Hello and welcome back. Right. I don't want to be working on charity quilt all year. Let me make my quilt and get it done, kind of like what I've done with, with the bags. It's like just I finished, I worked on them until I got them done. If I had known I was gonna have so much work to do, I wouldn't have I think I did 24 bags that I coordinated. So that means I had to finish those 28 bags. I did all the cutting, and then I had to even sew at the quilt retreat because we didn't have enough people to participated. And so I even sewed there after I did all the cutting. I even interfaced all the fabrics prior to getting there. And then I had to finish those bags. And I thank God for Jennifer, who she finished 8 of those bags for me. I was so grateful to Jennifer. She's in my small group. I was just so blessed. I was like, thank you, Jesus, for helping me. Because by the time I had done 8 of them bags, I was getting stressed out. And I wasn't saying I was stressed, but I was getting stressed. And once she took 8, I had 16 left. I had done 8. I had 16 left. She took 8. And then just her taking those 8 made me feel better. So I was able to get them done. But it was a lot of work. So Any suggestions, precautions when buying, selling on Facebook Marketplace? Like if somebody is picking up from me, I just make sure my husband is at home. When I pick up from other people, I tell my daughter, or I'll tell my husband where I'm at. Like I'll text my daughter the actual Facebook. I'll share the Facebook thing with her so she knows exactly where I'm going, even if I'm going to people's homes. I don't just go anywhere. I don't go into bad neighborhoods though. I am particular about where I go to pick up for the Facebook Marketplace. But other than that, I just go. I know where I'm going to go and where I'm not going to go. And so if it's in an area where if I feel like it's a bad area, I'm just not going to go. I don't even, because most of them will have their location. And if I look at the zip code and go, oh, that's at such and such, and I'm like, I'm not going there, so I don't even contact those people. But if it's, you know, good neighborhoods and stuff like that, then I'll go. I just tell people when I get there, or I put my daughter on the phone while I'm talking to them, and she ain't saying nothing, so she can hear the conversation. You know, stuff like that. Just make sure you. I feel like Facebook Marketplace is a lot safer than Craigslist, because Facebook has things, Google, because it's through Google, they have things in place where they know exactly who account it is. So, but I do tell my daughter, I send her screenshots and stuff. We're done with these rows. Look at that. Look at God, as they say. My sister, she one of them super religious, where she's always, God does everything, every little thing. She can get her she can clip her fingernails. Well, look at God. She's so funny. My brother told me not to throw my family under the bus today. Didn't work long. Patsy says, in my old guild, everyone made a charity quilt for their birthday month. We had plenty to donate. Yeah, and I think that's a great idea. So, and when you get up and people saying happy birthday, you're going, this is what I'm donating. And that's what I kind of do in my birthday month. That's how come I do my birthday drawings in my birthday month, stuff like that. Because I like, you give back on your birthday instead of always receiving. So, I met at Walgreens in my own neighborhood. And some people do that too, yeah, because I've met people at service stations when I didn't feel comfortable with something or felt like something was going on. I meet at service stations. But there are just times that people are going to have to come to my house, because like I got rid of a barbecue grill. I had bought me a new grill, and I was wanting to get rid of the old one, but it still had some life in it, and I didn't want to like trash it. It was just that I had outgrown it. But if it was somebody new with a new house starting out, it was cheap, and I only asked $10 for a gas grill, and it was huge. It had a side burner and everything. I just wanted somebody to come get it without me having to trash it or put it into the landfill. So I just charged $10. She was like, do it work? I'm like, yes, ma'am, it worked. I'm just trying to get rid of it. So, and she had somebody come with a truck, and they got it, and she just paid her little $10, and that was the end of that. I'm, you know, some things they got to come get, because I didn't want to put that in my car. So yeah, trying to make sure. I do porch pickups for the big stuff, yeah, because it's like, or dirty things, because like I said, I wasn't putting that grill in my car, messing up my car. So yeah, let's see. This is going to be row number 1. Guess I'll put a pin up here. Well, this is actually going to be the top of it here. And I'm just going to use my I have to keep up with these. I lose this right here, my little snips. I lose that so fast, it's ridiculous. I'm just going to press all my row 1, 2, or column 1, because I'm doing them in columns instead of rows, because I didn't want to sew 6 rows. I'm sewing 4 columns instead. So that's why I kind of turn my blocks to sew them together. I want to start with a green. It's still going to end with a light, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to sew 2 rows together. Not under the bus, but maybe on the side of the road. Yep. But I didn't say any names. It could have been any sister, you know, any of my sisters. But it's just funny to me when people always say, look at God. I think of her, though. That was what I was saying. All right, again, I'm just pressing all of this so that the top, I'm pressing this one way, hopefully to the right, and then the next one I'll just temporarily press to the left, and then when I get to my big iron, at least the seams are going in the right direction. I never did even show you all the sewing that I was doing here. You know they're 4 patches, but I just didn't show it to you together. See, this is what it looked like. It's just it is turning out to be cuter than I expected it to be. See? And it's just going to be a checkerboard of this. Just florals. Not the prettiest initially, but it's actually, I don't know if it's growing on me or what, but it really is. So I just pressed all of those seams with my wood press, and now I'm going to do this one, and they're going to go the opposite direction, so they'll nest. And I'm trying not to use a heated iron because I don't have much space here. See? Turned out pretty, didn't it? Patty says, we may have my very large brother-in-law lurch in the background when they pick up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I make sure my husband's here. I never let anybody come. If I know he's not going to be here, there is no need for you to come, even if it's just a porch pickup. But, yeah. And see, Crystal saying, so beautiful. See, Crystal's liking it too. I have my brother-in-law here when I sell stuff. That's June. Do you rent out your very large brother-in-law for lurching purposes? Thanks, Beverly. Says, looking awesome. Yeah, I said, you know, it'll get pretty. So I just need to make sure. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll let it talk to me. I know I'm going to put some pink on the back just to keep it on, because it's already girly. So we're not going to do green and dull it down. We're going to keep it pink. And maybe some kid will love it because it's just got all this pink. It's actually turning to be a pretty when it's done. I love fabric with roses and flowers. Like I said, these prints would have been great stack and whack, especially the green. I don't know about the light because it does have a lot of open airy spaces, but that green most definitely would have been nice stack and whack. All right, so we've got 2 pieces now. I'm ready to put together. Sew these on the long edge here. Ooh-wee. Trying to get my seams very close together because they all should be going the opposite directions. I can't get the bottom. We'll worry about it when I get there. I lost my chat. I hadn't touched it in a long time. I'm laughing at Patsy's comment. Claudette Bettis is here saying hello to you and everyone. Hey Claudette, welcome to the chat. Yeah, if I lived alone, I probably wouldn't have anybody come to my house or think that I lived alone, especially when you're meeting off the marketplace. But knowing that I'm not home by myself, I don't have that problem. And neither one of us is going into an office job, so I don't have to worry about that. So this will just be something I may put on the back, or maybe I'll make a pillowcase that I'll put it in, and this can be the start of that, something like that. But we'll see if I have extra fabric left over. I signed up to CashApp so I could get T all her money. I didn't want PayPal to get any. Right, and that's the thing too. It's like sometimes you're not making money on PayPal, but they stop the friends and family for business accounts. And I don't have another account. I have to look and I thought when I read it that they were getting rid of it for all accounts, but I'll have to see. It's been a while since I read it, but I knew I didn't have a personal account. Both of my emails are wrapped up in my business account, so I have to even create a new email to even make another account with PayPal, but I may have to do that eventually. We shall see. And I do agree with PayPal because you get, like when you're buying product, I pay for my products through PayPal when I'm ordering with businesses, because you get protection, buyer's protection. But when you're doing something that I'm not making any money on, I don't want to be in the hole because PayPal took fees out. When I'm not making money, it's a service that I'm doing. I'm not selling any product. So it's a little bit different. So yeah. And their fees keep getting higher and higher too. I think when I did the Boho Hearts book, I think they were taking almost $2 out of $31. So it's just getting higher. Got one of these spots that they're not cut right, but you know, ease it in. Ease it in. Good night, Vivian. Thank you so much for being on here. Murder R. Ola says, Miss T, pretty fabric. Does your brother PQ15 skip stitches when free motion quilting? I'm using everything cotton. I can't tell you that because I didn't buy this machine to free motion quilt. I've only had it, I haven't even had it a month. I don't think. I got it for my birthday, July 28th. And it came like the week before, and I didn't even sew on it. I held off as long as I could using it. I don't plan to free motion quilt on here. I have done just regular quilting without a walker, without the walking foot, just doing some bags. But other than that, I haven't done any free motion quilting. Haven't had it long enough, so I really can't help you with that. I think I would probably go see if there's some YouTube videos on it. There's a lot of brother videos on this model on YouTube. I would see if somebody else has a video on it and see how they set up their machines, because I find brothers' manuals to me are not written in detail enough, especially if you are a beginner sewer, not necessarily a quilter, but just a beginner sewer, period. They could put a little bit more information into the so-called manual. But I found there are a couple people on YouTube that make great videos on this machine. So I haven't done any of that. And I haven't, if you contacted me or sent me something, I haven't done any mail stuff today or yesterday because I was getting ready to host my group. So I'll handle all of that either tomorrow or Monday. It depends on if I do nothing, I might just go through and respond to emails or stuff like that. But other than that, I don't plan to do any work tomorrow. Okay, Earlene, she says she sent her money for the optional block sign up. What site do you sell your stuff? Oh, June Hanson. She's talking to June. Can you sell on PayPal? Yes, you can sell on PayPal. You can sell anything and have them pay through PayPal. Trying to lose my scissors again. So now I need to do the same thing for this. I'm just marking the top one so I know that it's going in the right direction as far as my seam allowances. That's all. So now we're going to press all of these the opposite direction of the one I just added. Use wood press because we're not using a heated iron. Hi, Cambarris. Hey, Show says hello, everyone. Thanks, Kim. I talked about this fabric so bad on Wednesday. I feel bad. Oh my gosh. It's actually, the more I look at it, the more it's growing on me. It's so sad. Oh my gosh. Good night, Earlene. Saying good night to everyone. T, the fabric you are using is beautiful. That's rich. I think when it was just cut up into squares, I was like, what is this? I feel like I got fabric threads all on my nose. Okay, so these are ready for the next piece. I'm getting the top back up here and get the last strip over here. I think it's coming together nicely. The floor fabric is pretty, yes. Okay, so this one right here needs to go up. So this seam gets pressed up. So we have no issues in the pressing department. And I do like how just using this, any type of wood press, this is the one I prefer, that it does enough to hold that seam in place so I can at least get everything sewed, and then I just go to my large press station after I get off here, and then I press whatever I need to press before I come back. But I really want this top done. I want it completed. I don't know if I'll get it all done here on the live while I'm reading and sewing, but if I was not in here, it wouldn't be this far. I did sew, after Wednesday, I did sew all of those 4 patches after I got off the live. And then today, my job, while I was here with my club, was to just press everything. So it gave me something to do without me having to worry about sewing on a sewing machine out, you know, with everybody else on a small table. But pretty good. Put that up. Now we can put these two together. This is the top. And pull. And so now we're going from 4 rows, or 4 columns, shall I say, to 2. Just try to get them close together so the seams will be ready to nest. Let's see, I missed a lot. Sharon says, I think it's coming together nicely. The floral fabric is pretty. Thank you. I can't remember if I read it before. It's amazing how our opinion on fabrics can change once we start sewing them together. Yes. And I think, like I said, the fabrics were not pressed and they just didn't look cute in the 6-inch square cuts. Isn't that weird? And then as I'm putting them together now, it's like, okay, I see the light. I feel so bad. I talked about it so bad. It's like, oh my God. I didn't even want to sew this thing. It's been just sitting. I had it, like I said, I didn't get it in July. I think I picked it up in June. And we didn't have as long as you get them back by January was all that they wanted, because that's the meeting where we will tie them if they're going to be tied. But like I said, I'm going to finish mine off. It's going to be long warm quilted. So I'm going to turn in a completed quilt, so they don't have to worry about buying batting for mine or backing. I'll take care of all of that myself. I'll go to the store because I don't have enough. I don't have large pieces of pink. And that's what I want to put on here, is a pink. You should feel bad. It's beautiful fabric. That's Diane. If you change the color wave, the larger floral looks like a cake fabric I have in my stash. That's from Patsy. Jason's here, says, hi y'all, at work event and can only chat. Hey Jason. Hey Jason, this quilt's not as ugly as we thought it was gonna be. It's actually turning out really cute. And I think too, because I've also pressed the fabric when I pressed my 4 patches, I think all of that has helped this quilt up. Jason says, I see T working on that granny couch charity quilt. See? It actually looks pretty cute now. All right. Hey Mary, she says she late. Going to Jackman's and get any fabric. I'm gonna go to my I forget that I'm a distributor now, that I can go get stuff. Not a distributor, that I can buy wholesale. I'm gonna go online and order some fabric and have them send it to me. The only problem with online is that it's not gonna match exact. I'll try to get something that looks like a dainty pink, soft pink color. That's the best I can do. If I try to match any of the other pinks, it's not gonna match up. I forgot all about that. I can get it get fabric a lot cheaper, because I'm gonna need quite a few yards. Now this is supposed to be a square, but will you have very little seam allowance? Good Lord, am I gonna sew this? Guess I am. You know how when you have scrap squares and one of them a little bit short? That's what that was. It was a lot short. It'll be all right. All right, here's my pin at the top. And all I got to do is match it with the other one that has a pin at the top. And we can sew these together, and I'll be done with this, and then just be on to long needing to find that back. I have to order it though. Okay, pin at the top, pin at the top. These are going together. I can take this pin out right there. One last seam. I am going to get it done here. I'm going to be just chatting with you guys in a minute, huh? I got other stuff I could sew, but you know, why do that? Don't want to be an overachiever. Alright. Just trying to get these 4 patches close to where they need to be. These seams close to where they're no longer 4 patches. All right. Jason says, y'all, I haven't sewn in like 3 weeks because of work. I have the whole day tomorrow and I am so excited. That's awesome. Yeah, I miss when I do need to, when I want to sew. The whole time I was cleaning, I did come in here. That's how I was making these little bags. I was like, I can go sew for 10, 15 minutes. I did 2 hours worth of work. I got to clean off my long arm. Now I got stuff I've been sorting on it. I haven't, that room, I started in a different room. And then I had to go clean up that long arm. Well, I started sorting on the long arm. And so now I need to finish sorting so I can clean it off. So I can start sewing. But I don't want to just throw the stuff anywhere. So I'm going to give myself till Wednesday to clear off the long arm. That's what I'm going to do. But I got to order fabric anyway. Because I'm not piecing a back. I'm going to just see what I can find. Since I can get it wholesale. Oh God. I will let people into the group that's been paying. I've been seeing some cash apps come through here, emails coming through. So I will take care of all of that stuff tomorrow, tonight and tomorrow. So you can get into the group. Good night, Francis. I just see people saying good night to her. Let me go back up. I can get like artisan batiks. I can't get any Moda. I don't know what all brands are out there, but I can get like patterns and books and certain things. Whatever checker distributors sell, I can get. Rich says, I'm not an overachiever at all. I'm just hoping to achieve something. Right. If I get this done, I'm like, I'm satisfied. I can sit down and take a break. I don't need to do it all. Murder says, does anyone know what would help stop skip stitches on the free motion? So she's asking other people in the chat. If y'all can read her comment, anybody that has the Brother or Juki machines can help with that, because they're basically the same. She says, so frustrating. Y'all know it's had to have happened to you. Miss T, you have the 1500. Yes, I do have the PQ 1500, but I have not done any free motion quilting on it. And I did have some issues with what I thought was tension, but it wasn't. It ended up being that I didn't have my bobbin. I wound a bobbin and didn't pull that lever all the way back, although it looked like it was. That was the tension problem that I had. And I'm only having tension problems now because I went and messed with the bobbin. So I have been modifying that. When I'm sewing 2 pieces of fabric, I'm fine. When I get a little bit thicker, I have to like pay attention to it. So I'm still trying. I haven't done any additional work with my bobbin yet because I'm sewing limited time and I didn't want to spend my time messing with a bobbin. I was making little bags. So I got some tops. I pressed those, but for some reason I didn't bring them in here. I pressed the small squares that I'm still just chain piecing on. I did press those, but I don't know where I laid them because they're not in here. I didn't bring them back in here. I must have left them in my dining room. So I'm just gonna chain off on some squares here. So that's the only problem I had with tension. It was my fault. I shouldn't have touched that. All right, here we go, Jason. Big reveal. And say, ooh, so pretty. That's for Jason. We talked about this fabric so bad last week. I mean, Wednesday. It was ridiculous. But it's not as bad as it could be. It's actually pretty. All right. So like I said, this is 48 by 72. 8 squares down, 8 squares across, 12 down is what I have. 6-inch finish. So they're cut 6.5. But this is the quilt top here. And you're not going to be able to see a whole lot of it, but hey, at least get it from being in front of the machine. So there you go. It's the best I can do. Sitting right here. All right. And I didn't worry about, this is one of those prints that if you're looking at a square, it might seem like it's directional, but I don't think the fabric is directional. And I wasn't going to worry about direction of print. So I just let them free fall wherever they want it. And it'll get pressed. I'll get a backing because this is the size Camp David wants. And we'll get it quilted up once I get some fabric. I do have some pink fabric that has stippling in black, but I don't like that because it's stippling in black, so I don't want to put that on the back. I do know I have enough of that to finish this, but like I could put it on here. If not at the front, it's kind of cute. So who knows? I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll see. Good night, Crystal. Thank you so much. I've been in bus most of the day and really tired. That's Kim. Sorry I have to go. I have a good weekend, everyone, and thanks for the chat from Crystal. Thank you again. So people don't know anything about having that issue with their brother, because I know some people in here use it because they helped me make the decision to buy it. Also, Murder, you know, sometimes people watch the upload, so come back to this video and just look at the chat comments and see if anybody ever come in and put some information in the chat. Say within the next 3 days, see if somebody writes something that can help you with that. Sometimes it's not going to be in the live chat. Some people are starting to leave. Make sure you check your thumbs up before you go. Thank you, Darcy. She's our thumbs up moderator. Reminds people all the time about checking for your thumbs up. So appreciate that. See? Beverly Aiken says it's a beautiful quilt top. Remo says it's beautiful. Mary loves it. Rich says, oh, that's beautiful, T. Great job. Mona says, it's pretty. Also pretty from June. Very pretty from Sherlock. Lovely from Teresa. Hello from Brazil from Ricardo Kranzler. Hello and welcome to the chat. Appreciate you popping in. And Colleen has given Murder some stuff. She says that number 1, upper tension is too tight. Number 2, thread is threaded incorrectly. Check to make sure you're using the correct combination of fabric, thread, and needle. So she's given her some tips. The needle is bent or blunt. The needle you're using is installed incorrectly. Dust and lint has accumulated under the needle plate and around the bobbin case. So she's getting some comments from people, so that's great. Thank you guys. So 2 people had some help. Thanks, Colleen. Very pretty, T. Melina says, I'm quilting on my domestic and thread keeps breaking. Hey, guess who, Nancy? How are you? So we got like 14 minutes, so I got squares here. I guess we'll sew squares. I guess I'm going to be achieving just a little more. I won't finish anything, though. I just randomly sewed 2.5-inch squares together, just making sure that they contrast in color, unless I want all of them to be the same color, which in this case I do not. I want the contrast. Good night, Mona. Someone know why it keeps breaking. Oh, so you can check the same things that for that brother. That would be for any machine. Melina, she's trying to ask questions too on just a regular. She didn't say what brand of a domestic. So you want to make sure your machine's set up, your thread's not caught, lint, all of that type of stuff. Yeah, that's good advice from the people above. It will work for all issues like that. Good night, Vicky. I've changed needle and clean. She says it's a Singer. Now, on my old Singers, when I was free motion quilting, I remember it sounds crazy, but they had me increase my thread length. You know, your stitch length, even though I was free motioning. Why is this thing sounding like that? Did I push you into a, did I pull you out when I went around the corner? Out of the tension disc or something? We'll sew one more and I'll find out if it's still making that weird noise. I saw my thread, it made this noise, and when I started sewing the first one. Okay. Alright, had to get my foot pedal back. It's starting to walk away from me. Okay. This thing is flying by here. I'm missing so much. Good night, Patty. Rhonda Barlow's here saying, hey, T and everybody. Hey, Rhonda. Good night, Delia. I think I thought I said good night to her, but just in case. Diane says you have to match your hand speed to your needle speed for free motion, and that's true too, and that's an art you gotta learn. I got fabric here I haven't seen in a long time. Let me show y'all what I'm sewing from. When I showed y'all my 2.5 inch squares before, I was pulling them out of here, okay? And I told y'all I was sewing these just because I had a lot of them. And I was trying to get rid of them. So this is what I have in here. I have cut so many 2.5 inch squares now that they don't fit in here. They just in a bag, a plastic bag. So if you can imagine how many are in there, how many 2.5 inch squares you think is in this bag right here, okay? So yeah, and I even gave some away. Just squares after squares. It's ridiculous. And squares. Look. And that's not even the bag. The bag is still full. It's like, this is ridiculous. So I'm just trying to sew some of this stuff. Ridiculous. Okay. Somebody saying Ricardo is asking where I'm from. I'm actually in the USA, in Missouri. And I guess I scrolled. I deleted his message. I'm sorry. Thanks to, and I don't know. I hope I didn't put him in timeout. I don't know. I wasn't trying to do that. Sometimes when I'm scrolling, I do some weird stuff. And I can't even find out who asked me that, but okay. Good night, Miss T from So We Like Crumbs. And all the quilting family, I've been up since 3 a.m. Sleep is kicking in, beginning to see double. So thank you for coming. Appreciate you commenting with us. Thank you, Darcy. That was Darcy. I always put my length at 0 and width at 0 also. So, and like I said, each machine is different, but when she said that Singer, I'm like, I remember on my Singer, I had to increase my stitch length to the highest number, which was so crazy, but it worked. This little block right here just got all kinds of issues. 2 1/2 is about right there. So what I'm going to do is just sew 2 1/2 this way. See, when I have extra fabric, I'll just put it in the seam and get rid of it that way. But I like that they have rulers on a lot of these tables now. You can check it before you send it through there to make sure. Good night, Remo JS. And Melina says she's probably tired too. Yeah, it's been 3 hours. Rich said that's a lot of squares. Yes, it is. We all have them, T. But that's a lot. I can make a whole lot. That's what I'm saying. Anytime a pattern tells me to go cut some squares, it's like, nope, let's go to the stash. I probably got plenty of those already. I have lots of squares. Good night, C Joy Creations. June says I have fabric I couldn't bet I could match UT on more. Laughing out loud. Yeah, but these are just squares. Yeah. It's like, I have containers for various size squares, and then when they won't even fit into the containers, it's like, those are the ones you need to use. So I'm trying to use 2-inch squares, and I'm trying to use 2.5-inch squares. So they're out of control. They're not in their containers at all. Good night, Sandy. She says she worked today. Sandy, make sure you watch the beginning of this video. I did talk about the optional block, and I am going to upload a video perhaps on Monday that's just talking about that. I'll come in here and sit and do a live that's unlisted, and then I'll make it public. June says, make me tired just thinking about it. I have an AccuQuilt. Right, yeah, you can get squares fast messing with that thing. Is that like your ducks aren't in a row? Right. You know, you outgrow your containers. It's like, what? But, you know, this is like 2.5-inch squares is just like having money, because it's fabric money, because so many things you can make with 2.5 that starts off with a 2.5-inch square. Just 4 patches alone. You could also sew straight down corner to corner, and you can make a half square triangle that's 2.5 inches square. So you can't go wrong with some 2.5-inch squares. Now that's cute. Look what's in here. A little square with a frame. I sewed that too. And I think I was supposed, I'm not going to sew those two, because I think I'm supposed to have an odd number. Okay, Sandy. And Colleen says that little block is adorable. Yeah, and that's a 2-inch finished square. People get scared of blocks that tell you you're making a block 2 inches. That's going to happen on that boho heart. So you either need to make stuff like that, or you need to just put in a plain square, I guess. I don't know what to tell you, but they're going to pop up. And I'm not going to press these seams in any direction, because I'm going to wait until I put my rows, place my rows. So we're just going to add on some more stuff here. Oh, how cute is that little square tee? Yep, and it's just something that, you know, I must have made, had extra from a block or something, and then I just tossed it in here in a 2-inch, 2.5-inch square container. So, yeah. They'll get used eventually. I got half square triangles in my container over there that are already done. I plan to use the Go Me for cutting scraps. Love how the 3.5 half square triangles turn out. Yes, ma'am. Corners already trimmed. You don't have dog ears. The AccuQuilt Go is a wonderful thing. If you decide to order anything from AccuQuilt, please use my affiliate links as well. I list them there. Just enter the site from my affiliate links, which are in the bottom of in the description field of my videos. I really appreciate it. So, just for anybody that doesn't know, Diane says, the one whose thread keeps breaking, rethread the top very carefully, making sure there are no tangled threads. Look for tangles around your needle. Rich says, are you sewing randomly or dark and light squares? I'm just sewing randomly. These are going to make some more of my little bags that I'm making. These little bags here. Oh, the girls, I'm trying to figure out why my top of my bag is not sitting flat. The girls were frisking my bag. They were trying to figure out how I made it and all of that. So it was left open. So here it is up here. So this is the little bags I'm making with my squares here. So all I'm doing is just making fabric, really, with stuff that's already cut out. So, and the funny thing is, I sit here and I can sew these squares together without thinking. And then when it's time to go figure out what I'm going to put on the inside, this thing is sounding really weird. I oiled it before I came. I'm going to cut this thread, because I'm wondering if I pulled it in the tension guide. And it's just resisting that. I'm going to rethread by the tension guide, starting from the tension disc. Okay. Just to make sure. And I noticed that machines will also sound different as the bobbin changes. How much thread is on the bobbin, because the bobbin is pulling faster. So I just like to rethread just in case. See, it feels like my thread is tight. Okay, it wrapped around the thing there. Okay. That could have been what it was. I had, like Diane said, thread be wrapped around places. Mine was just wrapped around a place and it was pulling tight. Okay. And I need to do cleaning now. I don't put this machine through its paces. I've been just oiling and sewing this week. I need to make sure I clean it before I come back. And so next time. Good night, Beverly. Let me go back. Oh, Rich saying that's a really cute bag. Thank you. So that's what I'm doing with them. And you can plan where you're going to lay these little boogers out. And I'm telling you, you're going to get them confused and mixed up if you don't mark everything. So I just don't even try to plan it. I just sew my pieces together. Maybe I do need to go ahead and sew this. So I can, oops, I pulled it again. So I can keep these in order. And then I just try to make sure that I pull different squares. I'm one of those scrappy people that since I got the squares already pre-cut, it's not like I'm cutting them from scratch. I want to make sure that I'm using all different fabrics if I can. If I make a mistake and use one that's not different, I try to make sure they're at least on opposite sides of the bag. Like I wouldn't put the same fabric on this side of the bag. I've made a mistake one time on one bag. I'm not sure which one. And so I just put it on the opposite. Now, instead of being a charm tote, you can just have a tote where you want to find the one duplicate fabric, you know? And now it's a game. So that'll work too. Pastor, it looked like you've mastered that needle threader. Yeah, I told you, normally it was never that bad when I was live. I always looked like it wasn't going to work, but it's been working pretty good for me, especially when I'm not live. It acts up more when I'm live than when I'm not live. So, yep. I figured out how to use it. It's just a crazy system. Now, my friend came today. She has a Bernina, but she says she's tired of carrying her Bernina because it's heavy. So she went to Walmart and bought a Brother. I forget which model. She said it, but it wasn't anything that stuck. And she said the needle threader on that thing is better than the needle threader on this 1500, okay? Which was crazy. And I think it's because, like I said, this needle threads sideways, where she had the traditional needle threader that, you know, for front to back needle. That's the only thing I think is weird on this. Now, see, I just sold 40 squares, and it's 10:05. I'm over. But I just sold 40 squares. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this thread. I normally don't, but I'm going to oil and clean this. So I may as well get that done. Cut my light off because there's never enough light on this thing. This is with their light. And then when I cut their light off, you barely see anything happen. Watch the needle. It's just right at the needle. I need more light than that. So basically I'm just sewing. I sew these together, then I just lay them out, and then I decide where I want these rows to go randomly. Everything's random. And then I press my rows in the opposite direction so they nest. So I'm not planning where anything is going. Just trying to keep sets together so I know that I don't have any duplicates. Because I'll go back in the bag and I'll pull another 40 and just make sure that they're all different from each other. They could be some of the same ones in here, but I won't mix them up. So I do try to keep them like charm pouches. You get used to the ways of your machines and you know when something isn't right. Yeah, because I think it needs to be clean. It's sounding like it's a little bit louder. And I oiled it, like I said, before I started. How long do blocks last for? I don't know if Darcy talking to me or somebody else. Did you block somebody by mistake or something? Is that what she's saying? Oh, I'll have to go in and take them out of being blocked. I tried, but it wouldn't let me, the screen wouldn't do anything. So if I accidentally blocked, I have to go back and get the name. Let me go back up here and get that. Hold on. That's what Darcy is talking about. I think I accidentally blocked the person that was asking me where am I from, and I wasn't understanding, and I was trying to read it. It's Ricardo Cancer. I've said replace pin message, and it won't, the screen's not doing anything. This user is not hidden on the channel because it's asking me if I want to hide this user, and I did not. So I'm sorry about that, Ricardo. I think you can still type. I just, I don't know what happened. So I'll make sure I go check it when I get back to my desktop. I can only change that type of stuff from my desktop. I'm just getting through these last chats, and then we're going to be leaving tonight. My Tarpodal accidentally put Darcy and hit her, but T knew I wouldn't do that too. Oh, okay, that's what happened. Okay, Darcy says, stay safe, everyone. Love you all. I am going to sleep if I accidentally block Diane. That is funny. Okay, see, I didn't know all that was happening. So that's a good idea, T, to keep the squares together. Yeah, I just roll them all, and then I can take them to the iron, and I know when I fold them, that they all are one set, so I can go on to another set if I'm multitasking them. Rich says it was an accident. Yep. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and end here, everybody. Good night, Carrie. Thank you all so much for coming. Come back Tuesday. We'll be here live for our 1-hour chat. Starts at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, I saw that Eric Oda posted in the Teaquilts group that he's gonna have live Zoom meeting tomorrow. If you're in a Teaquilts group, just go get that information. It should be a pinned message because Eric, I made him a moderator so he could pin a message up there. So go on over to the group and get the information about the Zoom. Tomorrow, my time, it starts at 8. So 8 Central Standard Time. Okay? So good night, everybody. You all stay safe. Be blessed. And quilt out, everybody. Thanks for sewing with me tonight.